Welcome back to another video on Ask One to Sports. I got Black Couch Bucket with me on the channel. I got a special video for y'all today. We're gonna be doing matches that we think should happen at SummerSlam this year. Six matches for both nights. It's the first two-night SummerSlam ever, which is kind of stupid, but that's not what the video is about. So, Couch, I'll let you get your match first. What's your opening match for night one?
All right, man. Let's get right into it. For night one, I think the opening match should be a triple threat match for the women's Intercontinental Championship. I think it should be Lyra Valkyria versus Roxanne Perez versus Julia for the Intercontinental Championship.
Oh, okay. I thought you was going somewhere else with that.
Nah, nah, nah.
For I also have Lyra defending in a triple threat match at SummerSlam, but I have it against Nikki and Bailey. Because I'm pretty sure Bailey's contract is up soon. I think that'd be a good if that's her last match. I think that's a fine way for her to go out.
I hear you. I hear you. I think this Julia and Roxanne Perez thing is gonna end up with them clashing. And I think Becky and Lyra are gonna be a maybe not a one-off, but I think Becky versus Bailey is gonna take center fold. So Lyra needs somebody to defend against. And, if she drop it to one of them, then the other person take the pin and she escape without taking the pin. So that's why I chose those three. Preferably Roxanne Perez gets the W.
Okay. I would have Becky winning the triple threat match because I think her having it, like she doesn't need it, but she can help elevate the title.
That's true. That's true.
So what's your second match?
Our second match is another Intercontinental Championship match, but the men's IC title, and I think the obvious choice is Dominic Mysterio versus Finn Balor. With Dominic coming out on top and officially becoming a babyface, while Finn Balor is officially kicked from the Judgment Day.
Okay. For my second match, I got Jacob Fatu defending the U.S. title against Solo Sikoa. I think this is where Solo finally wins the singles championship on the main roster. I think with how good Jacob Fatu is now, but by the summertime, people are gonna want to see him in the main event scene. We'll be looking at him as a potential Royal Rumble winner going next year.
I didn't even think about that one for real. That one gonna come into play soon, but I didn't even think about Fatu and Solo for SummerSlam, but I'm rocking with it. For my third match, I got a tag team match for the WWE Tag Team Championships. I got Street Profits versus Fraxium. And I got the Street Profits versus Fraxium after Fraxium already having claiming the belt from the Street Profits prior to.
That's interesting. For my third match, I had a women's tag team titles being defended. I had Liv and Raquel defending against Maxine, Dupree, and Natalia. And the way we get here is with Liv being out in the movie, they need to do a bracket system with the tag teams. Whoever has the most wins by the time they Liv is back, that team gets to go on with the face them whenever they want to for the tag team titles. And you have them get some wins, get over as a tag team. But I would have them win at SummerSlam. I think Liv and Raquel are a good tag team, but it's time for them to drop the titles now.
So that's my fourth match. Liv and Raquel versus Natalia and Maxine Dupree. Liv come back from filming the movie, come back to defend the championship, but they actually lose to Natalia and Maxine, and they become a comedy babyface tag team. And Natalia gets one more championship run before it's all said and done. So that's my fourth match.
My fourth match is one that I don't want to see, but Goldberg has one match left on his contract. So get it out the way. Do Goldberg and Gunther. As much as fans might not want to see it, Goldberg has one match left. Just get it out the way, put it in the middle of the card. People want you can take your bathroom break in. And Gunther still get the win. Gunther losing would be stupid. But I think that being Goldberg's final match, fine with that.
SummerSlam, interesting, interesting. We gotta say that for Crown Jewel, man. So we don't care about that shit. I got another tag team match, but not for the belts. I don't want to see Sami Zayn join up with Seth and Braun Breaker. So I got Seth and Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn and Jimmy Uso. Because Sammy gonna need some backup. The brand split don't exist. So if you're gonna put him with anybody, it gotta be somebody he's familiar with. But I would just do that just if we do gonna do the Sammy thing, he could betray Jimmy and then join them if that's the case, if they're gonna do that. But I hope they don't do that.
I think Sammy Turner. But we won't get into that. For my uh, for we on fifth, yeah, for my fifth match, I have Naomi defending the women's championship against Jade Cargill in an ambulance match. I don't care how it happens, but Naomi needs to take that title off of Tiffany Stratton, and she should defend it against Jade Cargill. They'll have a fun match. They already have a great feud with each other. So making this an ambulance match, make the stakes even higher for the women's championship. I think that'd be a cool SummerSlam match.
I'm gonna come back to that later as well. But for the main event of the SummerSlam night one, finally give him his main event. We got Jey Uso. I got Jey Uso versus Gunther because if they gonna run it back, I don't think they're gonna run it back for Money in the Bank. But I got Jey Uso versus Gunther with a carrying cross cash in, and he successfully cashes in the middle of the match so that Jey Uso don't gotta beat Gunther. Gunther don't gotta beat Jey Uso. Carrying cross just pins Gunther.
Yeah, a similar idea. My main event is Jey Uso versus Seth Rollins. I feel like they're gonna run it back at a big event, do it at SummerSlam. But whoever wins, it's either gonna be carrying across the LA Knight, whoever wins the Money in the Bank. If it's one of them two, they should cash in middle of the match to win the championship.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. Hey man, as long as Karrion Cross get it, I'm cool. We'll get to LA night later though. So let's do night two. Night two to open the show. I got Jacob Fatu defending United States Championship, but I'm not trying to get to Solo just yet. I think Solo and Jeff Cobb's the turn is gonna build up, but just for a nice fun match that Solo gonna mess up for Jacob as well, but Jacob gonna retain. I got Jacob Fatu versus Aleister Black for United States Championship. Solo and Jeff Cobb interfere. Jacob Fatu got no choice but to take the victory, but he's still upset. And then you go from there.
Ooh, okay, that's interesting. I mean, Aleister Black gonna be good in the mid card, so I can definitely see that match happening. For my opening match, I had a Street Profits defending their titles against the Tongans, against Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa. I think they'll be back in time. And I have it in a tables match too. We haven't got the tables match in a minute. Feel like that'll be a good SummerSlam match between them. Honest, honestly, if it it depends on what if Solo wins. I had a Tongas 1 and 2. That way they can be a more dominant team, and Jacob Fight 2 is probably out the bloodline and do something like that.
Okay, okay. I got you returning Tongas. I'm not mad at that. For the next match, speaking of Aleister Black, I got Zelina Vega defending her United States Championship on a PLE, but we have a debuting on the main roster, Jordan Grace, and Jordan Grace squashes her.
Oh, okay. I have something different for Selena Vega. We'll get to that. For my second match, this all depends on if this person is healthy, but I would do Io Sky defending the Women's World Championship against Asuka. I feel like
Mm.
you got the tour with Damage Control. I think when Asuka come back, they're gonna have a big spot for her. If she isn't able to return in that time frame, I would get a match with Julia. Do Julia and Io Sky if you can't have Asuka by that time.
We gonna see, man. I don't know how they gonna build Julia up until SummerSlam. That would be cool, but I have a bad feeling. I mean, hopefully they get it done. But you brought up Jade Cargill. I got Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill for the women's championship, but we got two cash-ins on one PLE. We got Naomi cashing in on a successful Jade Cargill win, and Naomi become the women's champion.
I'm not mad at that. For For my next match, I got Dominic defending the IC title against Finn Balor with JD McDonough being a special guest referee. And JD McDonough has to pick
Mm.
a side in the match. I think that'll add more value to the Judgment Day story. And I do think Finn Balor won it. I mean, he's gonna have to get some wins. They need a lot of wins in this time frame. But I could see Finn winning the title.
Man, that nigga name is Penn Balor for a reason, man. He ain't winning that shit. But I ain't mad at it though. Special referee, especially we ain't had that in a long time. What match we on? For the next match, the fourth match, another tag team championship match. I want to see these belts defended. We got the New Day versus a reuniting Lucha Bros finally. Because they need to be on Raw. You know, Ray Phoenix been getting beat up on SmackDown, so we go to Raw to team up with his brother, and the Lucha Bros beat the New Day with a returning Big E interference for a distraction.
That's not bad. I didn't even think about the Lucha Bros, but I do got something different from for the New Day later. But for my next match, I have Selena Vega defending the women's US title versus Stephanie Valkyrie. I think
Mm.
she needs to drop the NXT strap already, get called up. I know she'd have been on Raw, but I would put her on SmackDown, put her in that mid card division, and I think her and Selena could have a great match at SummerSlam.
I'm not mad at that. Stephanie definitely gonna get the W, but I mean, that's a decent little couple month reign. I'm not mad at it. Speaking of women's matches, now we could get to the EO. I got EO, unfortunately, defending against Rhea Ripley, just one-on-one straight up because Rhea Ripley and her, she gave her a favor or whatever, and I got Rhea Ripley winning it because we all know that's what they want to do anyway. And that's a decent reign for EO from before WrestleMania to SummerSlam. I ain't mad at that, and the crowd gonna like it because they don't care. So I got Rhea taking the match.
For for my next match, I have a Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Hell in a Cell match. The Creed brothers walking in as the Raw Tag Team Champions, defending against the New Day, the War Raiders, and New Catch Republic. I don't get the purpose of bringing back New Catch Republic if they're not going to be a tag team feud, so I could see them easily getting into this match. And I think the Creed brothers, I think they're gonna have a match against the New Day coming up soon. What a Warrior is called distraction, making the New Day lose, and that's how you build. That's how you intertwine all four of them teams. You have the Creed brothers come out on top, retain their titles. Because you don't just put American made together and not do nothing with them. I think this is the last chance they got.
Hell in a Cell match. Okay. I like it. I wish they would do it, but you know how I don't know, man. You know how they get down. They definitely need the Creed brothers to do something or they about to be done. For the main event of night two, I mean, obviously John Cena got to be the main event. And I got John Cena versus finally a main event to LA Knight straight up for the WWE Championship. John Cena retains, but LA Knight finally gets to be in the main event of the PLE and gets to become a main event player on SmackDown. And he puts up a good showing, but John Cena wins off of shenanigans, low blow, and title hit once again.
For my main event, I have John Cena versus Roman Reigns.
Mm.
They got to John Cena's never beaten Roman Reigns in a match in a championship match, so they need to run it back one more time. No bigger place to do it than SummerSlam at this point. And I would have before the match even starts, I would have Drew McIntyre attack Roman Reigns, and that's why Cena wins. He don't have to hit a low blow. He don't have to hit him with the belt. He could beat up a battered Roman Reigns already, and that's how you build the Roman versus Drew McIntyre. That I'm convinced they're gonna revisit that at some point.
I'm rocking with it. Honorable mention. I got Bianca versus Rhea just to have a one-on-one match finally at SummerSlam, a return to Bianca Belair. Rhea needs a mystery opponent, the same thing WWE always pulls. And then Bianca shows up at SummerSlam, and then we finally get the match we've been waiting for. But that's just the honorable mention.
Yeah, I can see that, but they might do it at Evolution. I don't know.
Oh man. Nah, I need that for a big PLE, man. Evolution cool, but nah, I need to see that at the big WrestleMania, SummerSlam, or Royal Rumble, I guess. That would have been a good Queen of the Ring finals.
But that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Matches that we think should happen at SummerSlam. Let us know what y'all think in the comment section below. Make sure y'all leave a like on the video, and if y'all are new, subscribe to the channel.
Yep, peace. Appreciate you.